Hey, good evening, fellow YouTubers. So, kind of ambivalent, but I'd say I'm more leaning towards excited than having any negative feelings, but a little ambivalent because, I know it's going to cost a lot of money, but I'm going to probably feel the differences when I'm riding my bike. So, both Harley dealerships that I've become accustomed with, one up where I used to live and the newer one down here where I live for a year now, they both have the same kind of thing where like 90% of people that need any kind of service, they just want you to come in on Saturday at a certain time and first come, first serve, and you get your motorcycle back the same day. And it's so strange because I don't know. I've almost never had gotten work done any other way. But then obviously sometimes they run into problems and they say, we need to keep it or we need you to take it home and bring it back because we can't finish it today. We had to order some parts or whatnot. Okay, so what issues am I taking it in for? So it's time for an oil change. Not so bad that the oil looks really dirty or that I'm noticing the engine performing worse. But it's been almost 6,000. It's pretty much 6,000 on the current oil. So I'm gonna change the oil myself. I was gonna change the primary oil too, but that'd be a waste of money because that's something they're gonna have to drain probably with what I'm gonna be coming into them with. So the two main issues that I'm looking forward to getting dealt with is one I kind of mentioned previously, and that's that front disc pulsating. So when I press the front brake, it's funny, if I'm going like 30, 40, I don't notice the front brake pulsating, but it's mainly when I get down like 15, 10, 5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. So the kind of like the slower I go, the more I feel it pulsating, which I was talking at the rock store yesterday with a guy, and he thought that's counterintuitive. I would think it would be the other way. The faster you go, you feel it. But no, I disagree, because when you're going really fast, it's going so fast that you can't really feel the pulsating. But when it's going slow, and then you feel when the bent disc is coming and going against the brake pads. So that's the first thing is, so I've gotten a lot of different things. The same guy even said it could be the ball bearings in the steering column. So on the way home, I kind of, on the freeway around 75, kind of gave a little jerk to see how the steering wheel would react, and it didn't react that good. It was a little bit shook a little bit more than I would have expected or liked. But I'm not going to mention that because I think a lot of people get them. I'm at 26,000 miles, and a lot of people get those steering ball bearings replaced around now to like 30,000. So I'm thinking I'm not going to mention that because they got leverage the more issues you mention. So I'm just going to mention the but I don't really know how the bad ball bearings in the steering would cause, if you're going straight and you start using your front brake, how it would cause that pulsating feeling on the lever. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm feeling this pulsating on the front brake. I think the disc might be a little bit bent. I don't think there's anything wrong with the master cylinder. The oil's right at the right level. It's very clean oil, but who knows? So that issue, and then the second issue, is the primary. It only would happen very rarely. I'd hear a chain slapping sound, like a chain dragging against the casing of the primary, or the little metal things that the chain slides on, maybe becoming worn down. But I only heard it when I was hitting like maybe 3,100, 3,200 RPMs, And I only heard it maybe like once a month over 3 months when I was real, because normally I shifted like 2,700 to like 3,000 RPMs. So I wouldn't really hear it. But then I took it to a local guy and I mentioned it and I said, I think that the chain needs to be tightened or something like that. And he said, no, not like in your Harley after a certain year, like 2006 or something. The chain never needs to be tightened in the primary because it's got chain tensioners that constantly readjust and tension itself. So it might be the thing the chain slides on, I'm thinking. Maybe the plastic is wore off. But now I'm noticing it anytime I hit like 2,700 RPMs. Not if I'm cruising at 2,700, but if I'm, going through second or third, trying to get up into the next gear, and I'm going, 2,400, 500, 600, 700, then I'll kind of start to hear that metal on metal sound. So it's not good things, obviously, because if that chain is hitting metal on metal, it's putting pieces of metal into that primary, which could cause, wear and tear on everything. So those two things, I'll change the engine oil myself. I'm gonna obviously have to pay for new tranny or new primary oil. So hopefully I won't be looking at that too much money, but I thought it might be fun to kind of let you guys know what I'm taking it in for. Just 2 issues. Pulsating front brake and a primary sound coming from the primary that sounds like metal on metal, and just see what happens from there. And I'll update you guys. All right, because a lot of you have come to know Big Red Betsy, and once you know her, you love her, and so I'll keep you updated. All right.